All right, good afternoon. Today is, let me get this off the screen. Okay, today is November 29th, 2021, and today we had an uptrend day. We had two legs up. Um, let's see, it looks like we came just a bit short of the measured move, but really what I think was happening was we were just closing the gap from, I believe that was Thursday. We made these lows here, and then we had that big sell-off in the overnight, and we never were able to close that gap. So I think that's all prices were trying to do today, and they did indeed close that gap. So I think that's all that was really happening today. The overnight highs and lows, yeah, we came short of that measured move, so I measured. This was an important level of support right here, and an important level of resistance, which was the overnight highs. And so I measured that, and we blew through that pretty much. So I don't think there was really a measured move today, but this is what I saw. So let's take a look at the trades I marked. Okay, so let's see what time that was. So first trade came shortly after 5 o'clock. We got a second entry long set up. Prices were ranging, so it was really hard to see what was going on, but we've hit this level of support 3 times, 4 times now. And we get this higher low, and you get this high. It's a first entry, second entry long. I like that. And it was hard to say what was going on here, so I think, I don't know. I think I went short here, and you get a scalp out of this, but it's hard to say. I mean, maybe really you should probably have your short-term trend line drawn, and that makes it look like, yeah, I guess, I mean, off this bounce here, we're expecting it to go higher. So that's probably not a good idea, but I did have it marked, and it looks like this is an important level of resistance from here. But what happens, you get a second entry long, and that works out, but you also get a first failed second entry short right here, and that's a pretty good setup. It's a little tough if you don't have your trend channel drawn, because it looks like you're going into this level of resistance. But really, that was just a trap. It trapped a bunch of shorts and just exploded up. And you should have gotten a really nice runner out of that. And I don't know. At this point, we don't know what's going on. You go above the overnight highs, so it feels like an uptrend day. But you don't get a good second entry long setup right here. And this is too far from the EMA. And then we get this rejection up here. Not sure what that was about. Probably just because it was 46.50. And we get that rejection there. Nice leg down. And we get that into, we go sideways from there. So you get a first failed second entry long here, but that's very far from the EMA. And it looks like we had a break of this channel down. So it's risky. But you get a first, second entry short right here. And I think you have to enter this and ride it down to these lows. And you can see this becomes an important level of support. And then we get this extreme congestion here. I don't think you have any business entering in this. But we break out with trend, come down here, and bounce. And then we start moving higher. And I don't like any of this personally. This all just looks way too congested for me. So I don't think you can go long there, unfortunately. Here you get a first entry, second entry long, but it's also a, oh wait, no, it's not. This is a failure right here, but that's congestive. So you got a second entry long right here. I don't like that setup, but it is off the trend line. And we can't break through these overnight highs again. You get some rejection. First entry, failed second entry long right here. You might take that. You might take that thinking that we're going to go to these, ride back to these lows. Unfortunately, you don't make it there. That does kind of look like a failure. Only problem is we didn't get a break of this channel and a move to a new high. We got the break, but no move to a new high yet. And really, this just becomes congestion. So, I mean, you might enter this, and that works. But, I don't know, tough call. Form all these dojis up here. That's actually a second entry short, but I don't like all those dojis. But you can see once we form this area of resistance, come back, and there's some resistance again, resistance again, resistance again with a nice setup to go short. It's just a lower high though, or like a triple test. And then we get the same setup right here. I think you have to go short. If you didn't go short here, I think you have to go short here. And that gets you a nice move. I don't think you want to go on this first failed second entry too far from the EMA. And what I think we have here is just a leg down and a break and two legs down to a new low. I looked at it like this at first, but I forget what made me think that that might not be it. Oh, probably just, well, we get a break and a move to an attempt at a new low. Maybe that was it. But I don't know. You could look at it either way. But this is a second entry short right here, but the signal bar is no good, unfortunately. If you got a good signal bar right there, I would take it. As long as it closes, I would want it to close beneath the EMA, though. So it would be like a breakout pullback, too. You can see a level of support around that area. So, anyway, I looked at this as a failure, but first entry, failed second entry long. But that's above the EMA, so it doesn't set up too well. When we get this break of this channel, we come back. This is clearly an important level of support. You bounce there, and you get this higher low, very bullish signal bar. This is a matching high, so this is just a first entry. If that was a second entry, that would be a really good setup. And you could ride this all the way up. And to be honest, I was looking for prices to close the gap today, so you might ride this all the way up. Get you like a 30-point runner. And I think this is probably, I want to hear what Mac has to say, but this is probably something we should look at as a strong trend. There's a lot of, it looks super congested, but prices just keep going higher. There's not a lot of setups. There's no setups in here. This one you could look at as a failure, first failed second entry, but we're not supposed to take failures in congestion, but it's clearly off the trend channel. And a super bullish bar. So I think you can take that for that reason. And at least ride it to the overnight highs right here. But yeah, they just keep going higher, and looked like this was the channel, and then we got this channel working up after that. So this is a failure. I think I looked at this as a failure. Oh no, that's like a third entry. I don't think you can enter that, unfortunately. And this trend is really strong up here, but I don't think you can enter any of this. I don't think you want to enter here. We get this pullback. This is super congestive. All right, so let me zoom in now. Come to up here, and first entry. This is actually a failed second entry long right here, but this is way too congestive. It rockets up. This is a new low, first entry, failed second entry, but you're going into the top of congestion. And not only that, it's congested. Don't take failures in congestion. we also had a break of this channel and a move to a new high. So don't take that. First entry, failed second entry long. But I don't think you get a scalp out of that. So what I liked is a failed counter trend breakout right here. Look at that extremely bullish bar. I think you can take that, and it turns out to be a good move. I'm not trying to go short here, even though it looks good. That closes way too low. We get a counter trend breakout again. Looks like we might be in a downtrend. That's probably just trapping shorts. You get this higher low, but unfortunately it doesn't set up too well. But then we make this low, and I shouldn't have deleted that, because really to me this looked like a downtrend. You make this lower high, lower high, lower high again, and this is the failed second entry long right here. Then we get this lower high, and I liked entering on that. And you could have gotten a nice move out of that, but I'm just looking for a scalp because that's like counter trend. And then we break, get a move to a new low. Let me delete that. And we hit the measured move of the range. And look, we've already hit that. We come back, test it again, test it a second time, test it a third time. This is a second entry long. Take that. That sets up well. That sets up real well. I like that. And that gets you a nice move. I would try and ride it to the top of this, and that's exactly what you get. And that's like 5 points or something like that. But then we get this sell-off. Can't break through anymore. And we've closed the gap now. So when you get this downward trend and you make this matching highs, count resets, first entry, failed second entry long. It's off the trend line near the EMA. I like that. Congestion, we're expecting a move to a new low because we just had a break of this channel. You get a first entry, failed second entry. It's far from the EMA, or else I would have marked it red. You get a big move out of that. And this is a second entry short, but this is way too close to the close. So that's what I saw today. That's the ES chart. I'm only going to show my MES trades because I took some live trades. Let me hide this. Oh, I can't hide it. Okay. So, late last night I took a trade. I don't like this trade. It's in congestion. Looks like it's at the bottom of congestion, but it's too close to the highs. Luckily, I scalped out. Not crazy about that entry. But this entry, I like this. First, failed second entry short. At least ride it back to these highs, and you get much more out of it. I think I got like a 10-point runner on that. So, 9-point runner. I like that entry. And then here, look, just don't come in late to the party. I mean, look, I took one contract because I was like, this is a bad idea. I knew it was a bad idea. We had a break of this channel and a move to a new high. I said, oh, maybe it's a failed second entry. No, this is congestion. You're going into the top of congestion. So, a couple good entries, a couple bad entries today. We closed the gap today. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.